This is National Native News. I'm Brian Bull, sitting in for Jill Freitas. A congressional watchdog office found some miners with black lung disease face barriers in getting federal payments for their disabilities. KNAU's Chris Clements reports that rings true to a former coal miner and advocate on the Navajo Nation.
Alex Osif is Navajo, Hopi, and Pima, and a former coal miner at the Black Mesa and Kayenta mines. He says the coal companies that are on the hook for paying miners benefits can slow the process down by not providing employment histories.
So that's the kind of complications I'm having, proving that the miner did work at a mine for so many years.
The lengthy process of applying for benefits is one issue identified by the U.S. Government Accountability Office in a new report. It also found many coal miners have trouble using the health benefits they're entitled to, like when they need money for transportation to doctor's appointments.
The program needs to view these operators and continue to make sure that they stand up to their promise to the miner.
To help with that issue, the report says the feds need to keep track of the medical coverage coal companies give disabled miners. For KNAU, I'm Chris Clements.
The daughter of missing Juneau, Alaska woman Tracy Day wants people to know who her mother was beyond an MMIW rallying cry. It's been 7 years since Day disappeared, and the family is still searching for answers. KTOO's Yvonne Crumry has more.
Kaylin Schneider says her mom was always finding new adventures for the family to go on. The house she grew up in was spotless, and Tracy Day was taking night classes to be a nurse. Her struggles with mental health came later.
But I feel like when she went missing, everybody's like, oh, she's living in St. Vincent, and like she's a mentally ill addict. And it was just not the way I wanted people to see her, because my mom was a wonderful parent, and she wasn't always sick.
Schneider says when she was a young child, she was the victim of child sexual abuse by her friend's father. After Day found out what had happened, she blamed herself for trusting the family. Schneider believes it triggered Day's mental health issues.
It changed her brain chemistry. That's the best way I could explain it.
Schneider thinks that changed the trajectory of her mother's life. Day struggled with mental illness and substance abuse. But Schneider wants people to know her mom the way she remembers her, as a dignified, glamorous woman.
She was kind of like a diva, back in the day, she always had her hair done, lipstick done, nails, everything. She was always dressed so beautifully.
She was also a devoted parent, and she was fun.
When she wasn't at work, we were never bored. We would go ride our bike, and we would get curly fries with cheese and milkshakes, and then we would go to the duck pond and feed the ducks, and she was a good, playful parent.
And Schneider says that even through Day's later mental health crises, she always stuck around and checked in with her family.
She would not take off. She's the opposite. She's like the parent that annoys you because they're showing up so much.
Schneider's son was born after Day went missing. He's 5 years old now, and she's finding herself having to explain the absence.
My son, he's at that age where he's starting to question, what happened to Grandma, and why is she not in your life? So horrible. He always asks, are you going to disappear? And oh God, as a mom, that is just horrible, knowing that my son has that thought in his head because he knows it's a possibility.
So she says for him and for her newborn son, she will keep looking for the truth of what happened to her mom.
I really want to keep searching and talking about her case, not only for me, but also for my sons. I want them to know that people are still interested in care.
In Juneau, I'm Yvonne Crumry.
And I'm Brian Bull for National Native News.